I'm ready enough.
Hot Pockets.
Okay. We're live, right?
We're totally live.
This is like one of those.
This is the show, guys.
Oh, the show must go on. Let's go.
Welcome to Grimdark.
The best.
We're like grim dark.
Why are you like this? Okay.
Just wait till we get started.
I agreed to this. Oh, okay. Hello. Welcome. I'm Michi, and I will be GMing this group through our
Cloister.
Eclipse campaign. No single thing abides.
We're going. You're doing great.
So before we get started, Eclipse Phase is kind of a horror game. It's gonna delve into some concepts that are maybe dark, hard to deal with, uncomfortable. As a group, we've all previously sat down, discussed boundaries around all of that, etc., etc. The X card is, as always, in play. All any of the players have to do is just kind of X with your fingers, X in the chat, just somewhere I can see it, and we'll kind of stop, check in, figure out where we need to go from there.
And if you get 4 X's, you go straight to the finals.
If you get 3, you're probably in the wrong place. Unless you're discussing Hot Pockets.
Or Yummy Pockets.
Anyway,
Or Hot Pockets.
Professionalism of any kind.
Or the wine that Michi's going to go for any minute now.
there are 3 boxes of wine that I can easily get to. Anyway, so let's go around, introduce yourself, introduce your character, and let's go. Let's start. Where do we want to start? Let's go clockwise.
Hi, I am Rain Hayes. Tonight I will be playing Esev. And Esev hopefully doesn't kill everybody.
It's a possibility.
It's a distinct possibility.
Oh, good lord. Okay, hey, I'm Bria, and I'm going to be playing Estrella, who hopefully doesn't eat everybody. Probably not.
You and I are going to be spending a lot of time together.
Definitely prefers already dead. So, just don't die. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Then one quick second, I believe I wasn't able to be heard. If that's fixed, let me know. Otherwise, we're on to Keith.
Yeah, I'm Keith. I'm playing Wheels, and hopefully I will die at least once in a burning car wreck. JK. Just kidding.
No, but really.
Oh, goodness.
And I guess that means it's my
Yes.
responsibility
It is you.
to either save or send us further into this silly place. I'm Gemma. I also have an online identity under the name of Antipody Yarns, and I am going to be playing The recently defrosted, shall we say, hacker, Melina Ware.
All right, awesome. So, where am I going with this? I don't know. So
You awoke into a tavern.
Previously, we discussed starting on Locus, which is a habitat out in the Jovian Trojans. It's not in Jovian space, to be clear. That would be bad. But just kind of in asteroids that follow Jupiter's orbit. So, as you're sitting, going about your day, you're going to get a ping. Your muse is going to be like, hey, you got a message. What are you doing when you get this message? We'll start with Melina.
Melina will be playing catch-up. She will be dumping as many catch-up modules on current computer skills and that sort of thing as possible. She will be tapping into the mesh to... oh my god, so many future games. She'll be tapping into the mesh to try and establish as many contacts as she can that may or may not still be around from her days in a previous life. She will be probably in a public area, tapping into that public area's network systems, trying her best to stay anonymous and chilled.
What is Wheels doing when this mysterious ping comes through?
Wheels is probably in the midst of some kind of dangerous street racing situation or gambling on placing bets on a race that's about to happen.
All right. What about Estrella? Having a light snack, are you?
Oh. If that's what the kids are calling it these days. Let's say she is practicing her profession. She's probably fucking.
All right.
Well, I mean, that's what she gets paid to do.
That works.
So, you know, she's at work.
And what is Esev up to?
Esev is probably crawling through a junk pile. Just looking for useful shit that she can sell.
Wow.
Fair. And what is Dak doing?
Dak, they're probably in the middle of doing some information gathering and uploading it to various different networks.
You're gonna have so much fun with that toy, aren't you?
I really am.
Alright, so, each of you receives a ping from the sender is listed as Dr. Shufin Jace. And there is just a quick message stating that he is putting together a team and that your unique skills would be very useful on this team if you're interested. And there's a link to a simulspace if you would like to log in. Do you log in?
I dig myself deeper into the junk before I do it.
Melina will dehydrate a fork and have the fork log in, and she will jack through the fork.
All right. Did anyone not log in? That's the question.
No, I'll probably log in. Do I have to do it right away?
I mean, you can do it right away. It's also not going to stop you from whatever your body's doing. You can kind of send a fork over to do this, take care of that, and still have your body engaging in whatever it's engaging in.
Okay.
Or whoever it's engaging in, whatever.
I can. Okay, that probably makes sense. I'll probably kind of step out of my body for a minute. Because why not?
Cool.
Seems much more interesting.
So
So
when
this
you,
ping came out of nowhere, right?
yeah, it seemed interesting. There's some information in it that kind of piques your specific interests as to why someone would hire you in the first place.
There, I think it would,
Go.
Go ahead.
yeah, I think that they would first try running traces and figure out who this is before, logging into a blind location.
Oh, you can find out who Dr. Jace is really easily. He is a professor of xenobiology at the Titan Autonomous University. Very well respected. A little bit odd, like most professors are.
I'm sorry, what's their specialty again?
Xenobiology.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, after, air gapping this as much as possible to prevent traceback and all that, they would decide to log in.
If anyone else would like to do a deeper look, you are more than welcome to.
Do
What
what?
would be the skill set to be used for that?
That's a good question. Probably just research would be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. What you find is that Dr. Jace has been taking a reduced course load this semester, but that's not unusual. He's been with this university for decades at this point. Most of his reputation is centered around the RNet, the researchers. He's nothing really special, but he teaches some interesting shit, so.
Okay. Melina is a little cautious because she has had some issues with Arnett in the past, but she is quite happy to send a fork along, as I said, to reach out. Of course, I will try and anonymize the fork as much as I can.
All right. Cool. So you log into the simulspace. The first thing that you are greeted with is the sight and smell and sound of a sea. Just like the waves crashing. You look around, you're in a cottage. There's no doors on the cottage, just big, beautiful picture windows looking out on this peaceful, calm, tranquil sea. The room is very modestly furnished, but the things that are there are very, made of wood, deep, rich wood, very engraved, beautiful pieces. And in the center of the room, there's a very large engraved table. And on the table is a very large black house cat. Now what do you do?
Can
First.
I pet the kitty?
Would you like to try to pet the kitty?
I would love to try to pet the kitty.
This seems like a trap.
He's the professor, isn't it?
As you reach over to pet the kitty, the cat sits up, takes a step to the side, and unfurls a pair of translucent, black, shimmery dragonfly wings.
Ooh.
Flicks his tail very
Alright.
buoyantly. And just from the cat, you hear this very resonant, booming voice, and he's just like, "Please do not touch me without asking."
Oh, okay. My bad.
Respect.
Takes a minute to
Well.
groom himself. And he's like, hello.
So-
Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say Melina's going to be sort of her fork is going to be almost translucent in the symbol space at the moment. So you guys may only just register her presence.
Does anyone else have any interesting avatars in this symbol space?
No, I
So
look
what
like
you-
me. I'm just pacing back and forth.
So when you look at that, they look like just a swarm of nanobots in vague shapes of people. And it's pretty awesome.
So I guess I probably just look like my normal body, the one that I like. Because this is like a computer projection sort of deal, right?
It's a fully immersive virtual reality kind of thing. Like you feel and hear and see and smell and taste everything, but it's not physical.
Okay. So yeah, I'd probably just look like my normal body.
Awesome. All right.
Don't have much to hide.
I'm just curious. This is so we're simultaneously in the physical space that we're inhabiting, and is this like kind of a virtual reality that's overlaid what we're seeing, or is it actually like a separate sentience that will come back and inform our physical self?
It's basically a separate sentience that will come back.
Okay. Cool. Just getting my head wrapped around it.
Yeah. All right, cool. So the cat, after he takes a moment to groom, just kind of looks around at each of you and goes, "Well, thank you for coming. My name is Dr. Jace. You may call me Shufin. I have a problem and need you to locate a package for me."
I'm good at that.
This package, it was last seen in the company of my colleague and good friend, Rhoda Lecter. She was on a courier ship, the Immortalite, destined for the Martian settlement of Elysium, and she hasn't checked in with me in about 4 months.
Ooh.
And
I'm
I
assuming-
would very much, each of you has come highly recommended, or I have noticed your work on the mesh, and I would very much like to recover this package. And if possible, Rhoda's whereabouts.
Melina raises an eyebrow at the idea that her activities on the mesh have been noticed, and observes that that would actually require some level of capability.
So the way you stated that, it makes it seem as though the package is slightly more important than the person.
We just lost one, like,
I would like to find out Rhoda's whereabouts, but it is the package I am most concerned about.
what kind of package would we be looking?
It will be a canister, about,
I'm sorry, were you making shapes with your hands? Because I was not watching. Okay.
It's
Sorry.
a easily handheld, carryable canister, nothing
Ginormous.
hand.
So about 2 feet long. Is it round? Is it square? Is it? in
It's not 2
concept-
feet long. It's round. It opens on both ends. I would suggest not opening.
What's inside? Is it bugs?
He kind of stops. Kind of goes very still for a moment. It's best if you didn't know that.
I turn to whoever's closest to me. I'm like, I bet it's bugs.
I mean, he is a xenobiologist, so. Alien.
It's alien bugs.
Alien bugs are bugs. A bug is a bug is a bug, and I don't want a bug in my butt. So, keep the canister
Fee for
closed.
recovery.
You got it.
I shift away a little bit from.
What would the fee be for recovery?
What would you like the fee to be? What is interesting to you?
I want my old body back.
How did you
Which
lose your
one?
old body? Is that possible?
I love how everybody was simultaneously thinking, was it lost in a crash?
Actually, no, I was wondering how it would be retrievable if it had been fired into the sun. Things Melina thinks.
Can we ask you about it after we get the canister?
Well, that's not very good business.
We can discuss further information on the contents.
No, I mean like our price.
Oh, the price? Sure.
Because I don't know if you can give me what I want.
Send me a message later and we can discuss your price.
Do you have equipment that we can use?
Yes, you will be provided equipment.
Shiny.
And transportation to the location where the package went missing.
Transportation as needed will be provided.
Okay.
Who are we really working for, Doc?
This is a personal request. So you are working for me personally.
So we answer to you.
Yes.
I don't see the problem, except these people are grumpy. Come on, guys, this is exciting. We're about to do an adventure together. Don't you want to be friends?
Melina sends an icon indicating assent.
The thumbs up emoji.
Pretty much.
Okay.
She looks a little distracted.
We discussed it. Our price would be full access to university systems and your collected works, published and unpublished.
And unpublished. Agreed.
We agree.
Yeah, I'll go. Well, obviously, I'll go. I don't think anyone was questioning that.
As long as there's no bugs.
There's Schrodinger's bugs. So all that's left is... Yeah.
There's no bug that can't be overcome with patience and determination.
Why did cicadas
Strange
just
voice.
jump into my
Can't
head?
hear you, Michi.
Sorry, I was muttering to myself. Having to look something up.
They're plotting.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions or concerns for Dr. Jace?
I'll do it on two conditions. 1, anything extra I find I get to keep. And 2, you answer one question when I get back.
Agreed.
Shiny.
Yeah, that sounds good. I would like to ask for your, I guess, assistance is the right word once we get back. I feel like you might be able to help me at least get pointed in the right direction.
Okay.
Melina just wants 2 hours of processing time on the university's mainframe.
All right. Reasonable.
So where are we going then?
All right. So if there are no further questions, Shufin will log out after giving you his contact information in case you need to get in touch with him for any reason. And he also gives you an address of a drop box, of a drop location for the canister when you recover it.
Mm-hmm. So did he give us any information about where it was? Where did he say she last was?
He gave you her last known location was on a courier ship, the Immortalite, which was destined for the Martian settlement of Elysium.
Okay, but 4 months ago.
Yes, that was 4 months ago.
Cool.
Is there a way that we can find out if she arrived on Elysium?
You can absolutely do a research check and see if she arrived on Elysium.
Somebody else should do
Definitely
that.
gonna do that. On it.
What are my
Ooh.
Definitely not that.
5 margin of success, that would be a really good success. So what you find out is that the Immortalite docked at Elysium, but you also find the passenger manifest, and it does not show that anyone by the name of Rhoda Lecter ever boarded.
Do we know if she was traveling openly?
You don't know, but you assume so because otherwise Dr. Jace would have given you her name. The name
Not
she was
necessarily.
Not necessarily, but
Is there a visible there's a passenger manifest, and are there any pictures attached to it, like traveling documents?
say again, sorry.
So were there any traveling in the passenger manifest, were there travelers documents with pictures, so they would want to start sorting through IDs that wrote a lecture that were there?
You would see, going through all of this, all of the photos, the mesh IDs, the information available to you, you would see that nobody that you would recognize or that anyone would recognize as Rhoda Lecter was on board this ship at any point.
Oh.
And the logs haven't been altered.
No, the logs have not been altered.
And this person was carrying this package, right? Was
Yes.
what we were told? Yeah. Okay.
Or is the ship's port of call before going to?
Prior to that, the ship was in the lunar orbit, in a habitat around the moon.
So we should start at the moon then? You just go places? Or?
Doesn't make a lot of sense to start at Mars if she didn't go there.
Well. No, yeah.
You were looking for a reason, weren't you?
I think the thing
Fly
to do-
me to the moon.
Do we have a ship to get there?
We're just gonna astral project.
Ego casting is an option. You can also acquire a ship.
How long by ship and how long by ego cast?
Ego cast is instantaneous. By ship, you're looking at a couple weeks. Oh no, from Locust, you're looking at a couple months.
We should steal a ship.
Hey.
You could steal a ship, or you could just use Dr. Jason's reputation and not have to steal a ship.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna
did say-
text him then.
He did say that transport would be provided if necessary.
So the question is,
But it would still take months.
Yeah, do we want to get there the slow way or the fast way? If it's going to be the fast way, we need bodies waiting for us there.
I'll be working remotely.
I don't know you, but
I'll be
somehow that
working
did not
remotely.
surprise me.
Golly.
The thing to think about is if you take the fast way, you're also going to be without most of your shiny gear.
That makes it sound like we might need our shiny gear.
Also, you still are not 100% sure that Rhoda Lecter is on the moon at all.
That's true, and it would be nice to have a ship while we were there to scoot around.
In case we need to
More,
escape.
more importantly, if we ego cast, we'll need a morph over there.
Yeah, that's what I mean by bodies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And while
I
you
think
were
the thing to do first is find Rhoda Lecter, find the last place that they were seen, and start there.
Can we look at like cameras and such? Like start hacking into cameras on the station, see if we can gain access to like, I don't know, anything. Because they said she was seen, right? Like, isn't that what known whereabouts is? Like, she's gotta be somewhere.
By known whereabouts, this is the last place that Shufin received a check-in from her from.
Okay. So, like, did she text him or call him and say, like, hey, I'm at the moon station, gotta get on the train and go?
Yeah,
Or
she
was
sent
it
him a
like-
message. She sent him a message saying that she had boarded the Immortalite and that they would be taking off shortly and docking in Elysium.
Okay.
I would like to reach out to the doc and see if he can send me the logs of that message to see if they've been forged at all. I like if the message was a forgery, if it was perhaps someone else that had already intercepted the package and basically sent this as a distraction.
Has anybody, as of yet, looked into the background of this person, in particular their political affiliations?
Shufin? The doctor?
No, the one that we're looking
Rhodalect.
Rhoda. Yeah, Rhoda.
Rhoda.
I'll make a quick check on that first then.
Second to finish a thing in PMs.
Melina slightly solidifies her point of presence and
Solidifies her presence and the cops start coming.
That's unusual for them.
Well,
that's actually kind of legit, but sure. Okay.
dang, I didn't think that would be able to be heard. Sorry.
So Melina's going to introduce herself and just introduces herself as Melina. You don't get any other information. Her point of presence is backstopped pretty quickly after the local node that she's on, and there probably won't seem to be any sort of obvious linkages to any other nodes or networks.
I don't know enough about computers for this.
Esev is pacing again, just in the back somewhere.
And you are? I'm Melina. You folks are?
Just kind of raise a hand. Esev.
I'm Estrella.
Australia.
Nice to meet you.
And you?
Where that?
Dak. Okay.
Wheels.
Wheels. Nice to meet you all. Looks like we're all going to be fast friends, right?
I love how not awkward this is.
Esev, while they're pacing, is muttering to themselves, and the only thing that they say over and over again is, "We just have to be patient, beauty. Hunters are patient."
Mm-hmm.
All right, sweet.
That's not
Loving
creepy
it.
at all.
I'm loving it. I know.
Beautiful.
No, beauty.
So
but you were
Melina,
close.
Melina says to Estrella, you seem moderately friendly.
Oh, I'm very friendly.
Oh, excellent. I do like
I'm
to
as
have
friendly
you.
as you want to be.
I see.
Well, I mean,
Back to the awkward.
can't really learn anything without friends.
Is that an invitation, or is that just an observation?
I don't understand.
Sounds like a business contract.
My rates aren't that high.
That is
I
the
don't need a
clarification
signature.
I was seeking.
That's all right. None of you seem very interested, so
There's interest and there's disinterest.
Affordability.
I'm not disinterested.
all right then. I feel like we'll get along a little better then.
Lena wanted to look into the logs of the last transmission that Dr. Jace has from Rhoda Lecter.
Yep.
All right. He, after a bit of hesitation for some reason, sends them over.
Okay. I mean, if necessary, I will explain that we haven't been able to find any trace of Rhoda having actually boarded the vessel.
Yeah.
If that's required to get the logs.
Yeah, I mean, he'll send them over because you seem like you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to roll or did you roll a research check on that already?
Yeah. So if you need an infosec or anything like that to dive deeper into the logs and work through.
Yeah, roll me infosec for that.
Okay. That's not a bad roll.
No, it's not. So you do see that, you're looking at it, and on the surface it looks legit. Looks, all of the location IDs add up. But
Mhm.
once you start digging a little further, you do find that they were spoofed, and that
Of course
these
they were.
messages were not sent from the Immortal Light. More than that, you cannot tell right now.
Interesting. I inform. I'll send a narrowband packet to Dak, informing him of that, and say perhaps this is something you could investigate further. It seems that our Rhoda has not been transmitting this message from the Immortalite. It has in fact been sent from somewhere else. The exact location we haven't yet determined. But maybe that is something that Dak and myself can clarify.
We like these kind of challenges. They're going to try and figure out where that all came.
I would need you to roll infosec on that.
Ooh.
Let me look something up real quick to make sure that I'm doing margin of success right.
Just to be
You
clear,
guys would
we're
have
in the mesh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my size won't work here.
I don't know if the specialty makes any difference.
Oh yeah, there is a specialty. Yeah, so that would add a plus 10. I think it feels like that should add a plus 10. We're gonna go with it. So what you discover is that, obviously this message was encrypted, or spoofed rather. All that you can find right now is that it actually came from a different ship leaving Luna. And you cannot quite pin down the name of the ship.
Ooh, tag team hacking, I like that.
Oh.
It's really weird to hear emotion in the robotic voice.
Melina offers to have her muse run sentry over a deeper hack to try and identify the other ship. We can make a collaborative check if we wish to try and identify more information. So either one of us can act as the lead, and the other end up providing a supporting role, or one of us can, each of us can take our own separate actions in the mesh to try and identify what's going on. Melina is quite happy to try and ride Herd on the hacking check to see if we can anonymize our respective mesh IDs and keep them as muted and silent and stealthy as possible. That way, Dak can make the brute force attack with a greater degree of headroom.
Will that get stacked on to Dak's additional entity?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Then yeah. That sounds perfect.
Okay.
I'm gonna want to be that fight. However that works.
Yeah. Yeah, you would be using your exploit tools at this point, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to want another infosec check from Dak with a plus 20. Or is it minus 20? At minus 20 for Melina's help.
So I just roll it and then we'll do the math, or
Yeah.
so that it will be a 35 opposed to 60, I guess.
So yeah, you find that these messages came from a very small privately owned ship, and it is privately owned by Rhoda Lecter. You find that the name of the ship is the Gnat.
GNAT?
Yes. And that it did depart from Lunar, but that it has no destination on record.
It could be anywhere.
You have also discovered its current flight path, and it's headed for Locus.
Interesting.
There we go with bugs again.
So, friends, it seems that our quarry is heading our way.
Well, that makes things simpler.
So, we're on Locust?
Yeah, you're on Locus right now.
Okay. So,
Do we
Shall
have?
we meet them at the dock?
Sorry. Do we have any information about expected docking bay locations, that sort of thing?
Hasn't requested access to a docking bay yet.
We
It's
can
like
assure
you'll
that they
have-
will land at a specific one.
If you
I would like to set my muse up to set up a watch for docking bay requests and see where the Gnat is going to be landing for docking.
Wouldn't it make more sense to assure the docking bay that they'll wind up in?
If you're comfortable doing that, then sure. Maybe our friend Estrella might be able to be helpful there.
what are we doing?
In talking to the docking controllers.
Oh,
Sometimes a human hack is far more effective than a systems hack.
and definitely more fun. Is there any way I would already have met this person?
Lecter?
I
Not
don't
the
know.
docking controller.
Yeah.
Docking
You know,
We're
through
we're
work.
talking about a social engineering attempt on the docking controller to ensure that we have the docking port we want assigned to the Gnat when it approaches.
What reputation networks do you have?
Me? I've got the @ symbol and F and G.
Roll me your Circle A, which is the @ symbol. Networking. Alright,
Nice.
yeah, you would know someone in docking control that you can call up and be like, hey,
Hey. Hey.
So how would you convince this person to make sure that the Gnat lands in a specific docking bay?
Oh, I just asked for a little favor. No. Nothing big. Just need some information. Need a little help.
Alright, so you are asking for a favor. So that would be a minor favor.
Mhm.
Just in your history tab, right at your AREP, you would have like a
Mhm.
bunch of little check marks. Just mark
Yeah.
off one of the 3 boxes.
Okay.
And yeah. Trent is like, oh yeah, sure, anything for you. We'll make sure that they land in, had a port 12.
Somewhere private, please.
It's
Secluded.
It's as secluded as they get around here.
So
But,
this is this
nobody-
is anarchist territory, right?
Yes. Nobody asks questions.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, are any of my former tribe around?
That's a good question. As far as you are aware, no.
Okay.
That doesn't sound great, but okay.
It can go either way, but I was thinking about something.
All right, so are we just gonna wait or for them?
Yeah, so the flight plan
And
that you
we're kinda-
have indicates that the net is not going to be ready to ask for docking for 3-4 days. So you can either hang out, wait for it, or you could always get a ship and go meet them. These are
That's
both-
an option. Another option is we could send a telepresence.
You couldn't really I don't know. Yeah, you could send.
Could unpack a fork and blast it over.
Yeah. You also have no idea about anything about Road Elector except she didn't get on the ship she was supposed to, spoofing IDs. That's literally all you know about her at this point.
Maybe that's something that Dak and myself can do. Maybe some research into Miss Lecter. See what she's into, hey?
That is a possibility.
All right then.
Agenting.
I would like to start with maybe doing a bit of a search around firstly, obviously, a research thing to see who she is, what sort of reputation, etc. she has, and what organization she might be affiliated with.
Can I roll 2? Just in...
Oh no, that's not good.
You know her name is Rhoda.
Mm. And her last name is
Damn.
Lecter.
So close.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be able to sit in this mesh forever. Do we have a way of keeping in contact with each other?
Yeah, if you want to exchange information, you are more than welcome to, and then you can get in touch with each other whenever.
Melina gives you a number that you can contact that will contact her.
You also
And-
have access to burner IDs if you so desire.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give out my burner ID.
Yeah, I
That'll
feel like
give out a couple of different IDs. If you can't reach one, try one of the others.
Mm-hmm. My contact details will be managed by my muse, so Donix will be the interface, but when we need to meet, we can.
Alright. And you can instantly share information back and forth without having to meet up and everything.
Once I have everybody's information, I'm just gonna say I'll ask around and drop the mesh.
Alright.
I'll probably give out a burner ID is kind of like a flip phone, right?
Yeah, it's the same as if you went and got a prepaid phone
Okay,
and gave that number out.
cool. That's probably what I'd do too, just in case.
Hmm.
I don't want you creeps hacking my instant.
I'll probably do it anyway, but
Does anyone else want to research Miss Lecter?
I want to
Yeah.
actually go around to various contacts in the anarchists and see if she has a reputation with them.
Alright. order
That
to
means
order.
I'm equitable.
Dak, go ahead and roll me that research.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
All right. So Dak learns that Rhoda Lecter is also a scientist. Her specialty is she's a xenoarchaeologist. She has a focus on a specific sect of alien ruins known as the Iktomi. You also notice that she has been missing a lot of meetings in the past couple of years. But other than that, you don't find anything suspicious at all. Isev does find that she has quite a bit of anarchist rep. And that the general vibe is when she calls you, you do her favor. And you don't ask questions. Because that's how you go missing.
That's an
Shit.
interesting reaction from anarchists. Okay. Did anybody do her a favor right before she left?
Roll me your Circle A rep.
Yeah, wrong button. No modifier.
No modifier now. You run into a couple of people who will confirm that they have done you a favor, but that is will confirm that they have done her a favor, but that's the most they'll tell you.
Oh, here it is.
Would I know what these people are good at doing?
Doesn't seem to be a lot of cohesiveness between their particular skill sets. If anything, it's mostly hacking that she's been asking people to do for her. But there's also been a few more physical jobs. You know of at least one assassin that she's hired. And assassination.
I'm gonna say to Beauty, "Oh, this is gonna be fun," and then I'm going to have Maverick upload this information to Dak and Melina.
I feel left out.
Well, what are you gonna do with it?
Read it.
Okay, I'll send it to Wheels and I'll send it to Estrella too.
I mean,
Part of this too.
they might also have the reputation to talk to some of these people.
That's true. Should I roll it?
If you
Do you
want
want me
to.
to?
If you want to.
I wouldn't just be sitting
Do we all
around,
pick
you know?
anarchist reputations?
Probably.
Circle A is your anarchist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't find.
None of them
Yeah.
want to talk to you. And
No.
you know what you did.
Or is it who you did?
Possibly that too.
It could be both.
I don't pick my clients, okay?
Unless they're bugs.
So, to clarify, lots of people
Orgy gone wrong.
have done jobs, and not many of them want to talk about it.
Right.
Would I be able to use a knowledge skill that I have to maybe try and
What knowledge skills do you have?
ego hunting counterintelligence?
Yeah, roll that for me.
Heck, what
Oh,
no skills
shit.
do I have?
I've got black markets and smuggling. I don't know if that'll be helpful though for
I
this.
have
So, Dak, you are able to come up with the name of one of these people, specifically the assassin that she asked a favor of. And their name. Hold on.
think quick. Think quick.
I should have had the name generic pulled up already.
That's what we're saying to you.
Just passing along the message.
Got it.
Calculating.
Buffering.
William Singh is the name that you come up with.
William
You
what?
have all of William Singh.
Ding? Oh, I thought you said zinc. And I was like, all right, Horn.
You know that he is a particularly ruthless assassin. And assassination in Eclipse phase doesn't work as bang, you're dead, and that's the end of it. It's really more of almost a torture method, because backups, and then you remember how you died. So you now have a name and a contact if you would like to get in touch with him. If you or anyone that you share this information with.
Is this guy also an anarchist, this William Singh?
Yes.
Do we know if he has, let's say, a particular methodology? Or a signature of any kind?
He tends to go for jobs that aren't going to have questions asked. People who, when you hear that bad things have happened to them, you just kind of roll your eyes and go, that was a matter of time.
Does Melina recognize this name, assuming it's been shared, of course, that as
Oh, yeah,
someone
Jack
who...
would send this off.
Thank you. Would she recognize them as someone that her meatware would have known back in the day, TM,
No,
before rehydration?
she wouldn't recognize the name from there, no.
Okay.
He
Interesting.
is relatively young.
Do we know if he runs with any either military organizations or mercenary groups?
Or criminal factions?
Research.
What now?
Roll me research.
Can I have my muse do that?
You can. Or you can have your muse help you do it, which gives you a +10 or -10.
Yeah, my research is 15.
Yeah, your muse can do it.
Maverick, do a search, please. Let's see, where is program
And just as a
research?
general note, unless otherwise stated, Zach will always share information.
Ding.
Good to know.
You have no idea if this guy runs with military or...
My mouse clicked twice again, didn't it?
Oh, it sure did. So we'll go with the first one. He's
First one's better.
not particular. He doesn't do anything with the military operations, and has in fact gone on record about how much they suck. And he doesn't necessarily run with any mercenaries, although he will work with mercenary groups if the pay is right.
Melina would like to reach out to her at-rep contacts, not to identify anything about Singh himself, but to identify whether there are any specific victimologies of people who might have been hit, as it were, and the nature of their demise, whether it was simply a morph kill or whether it was an ego kill,
Okay.
a scaring of backups, etc.
Yeah. Roll your threat network for that.
I'm trying. Is there a mod on that? Because it's prompting me for a modifier.
No modifier, no.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad.
You know that Singh tends to extract information from the ego. His biggest signature is that he will pull the cortical stack and load it into an interrogation chamber before destroying it.
Okay. I send a note out to the rest of the team saying, be wary of Singh. He's not a person you want to cross.
Oh yes, I was totally planning on being really mean to the murderer guy.
Isev admits that she was kind of planning to be mean to the murderer guy.
I'm wondering if I could use knowledge smuggling to see if I can see what kind of tricks are being played with this between the two ships and kind of hiding this piece of cargo and kind of the blank like direction that this other ship, that the Nat, if I could just maybe see if I know any kind of tricks that they're trying to do there. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, go for it.
See, what happened is I got my bad roll out of the way early, so now we're just gonna have good luck from now on.
Okay.
So what you notice most is that the flight path they're taking used to be a very well-known path, in reverse, of smuggling black market goods to Luna, rather. It's fallen kind of out of favor, just because a lot of the governments in the inner system have caught on to this particular route. But when a small ship needs to get somewhere, it's the most direct route that is not a major route.
Okay.
So here's a question for everybody. Where would we be more comfortable with a confrontation? Here or ship to ship?
Oh, by the way, the container's glass, just so you know.
This will go fine. It'll be fine.
We'll definitely won't drop it or crash into it.
What's free fall again? Oh, that's with zero grav.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Zero grav
Here
and micro
or
grav, yeah.
in space. Makes no difference.
But yeah.
But if there's a breakable container, it might be wiser to handle that. Not.
On the ground? Or not in space?
No instinct.
Definitely in space.
It seems to me like it would be better to be doing it in space because they'd have a harder time escaping pursuit than if they've landed and kind of established themselves again in the city.
I'm down.
We don't know that that there is anything nefarious going on here. We are assuming this at this point, I guess, but
I mean,
They're on
she
a
did kind
known
of go
smuggling
off
route.
reservation.
They don't exactly seem like a lawful sort.
however, perhaps her actions are to conceal the path of the material that she's shipping in order to protect its location.
Why then would we be hired?
We should check in with our benefactor. Nature of. Does it need secrecy? That would check in with Doctor.
I don't know if any of you have seen any old 20th century media, but archaeologists are known to be a wily lot that do take precautions.
Like in Joanna Jones?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of whips and pistols.
Pistol whipping.
I'm going to
No,
break off the match again.
I believe that might be an old band named Devo that you are considering there.
I was thinking
They are
Indiana
still
Jones,
famous.
but
Oh,
So-
sorry. Context failed.
Oh dear.
So
I
Jack
like the
wanted
Devo
to-
reference. That was good.
Thank you. With it real good.
So Dak would send a message to Shufin requesting, a chat real quick. Is that what I'm getting?
Yes.
Alright, so, Shufin will answer and just be like, okay, what do you have for me?
Yeah.
Clarification. The item we're retrieving, is it secrecy requested?
Very much so, yes.
But maybe space is bad.
Okay. We have
We
found
can do-
where Rhoda will be arriving on Logos. Shortly.
Are you having this conversation with him via voice, video, or cyberspace? Or text?
I mean, if given an opportunity, Dak would love to see other people.
Okay.
That's
So I need you to
information.
roll me. I need you to roll me your kinesics.
You should have had me come with.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh,
That's bad.
Oh no.
should have had at least one of us come with.
Wait. As in, like, in person? Well, it wouldn't be in person.
No,
Or just be part of the call.
but even over video or in simulspace, you would still be seeing body language.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you're doing
Oh,
it over
got it.
video, yeah. Shufin kind of looks at you and just says, "It would be best if the package did not make it to civilization without being sure that it is contained."
Roger.
You have no idea if he is afraid or just very serious or
Are you recording this
Sarcastic.
conversation? Because then you could show it to someone else and see if they have any thoughts on it.
Everything seems totally fine to Dak.
Okay.
to Dak he seems like just a little bit eccentric because all professors are.
Yep.
And a little
Okay.
particular about how he wants this job taken out. Or
It sounds like we're taking a ship.
Woo!
This sounds reasonable. Thank you. Fiction.
Yeah. Can
It
you
would
ask him
probably-
for a ship?
I mean, we can send him a message later.
yeah, if you need a ship, you just go and be like, "I'd like to rent a ship. Please put it on so it's Dr. Shufin Jace's tab," and they'll take care of it.
I'm really curious if Rhoda if Rhoda doesn't want Dr. Shufin to get this thing.
We can ask her.
Yeah, I'm gonna text that to Dak while he's in the he's in the meeting. Hey, don't forget to ask.
Michi, while I've been reaching out to my at contacts, I would like to be using resources, which is one of my one of my ego traits, to see if I can get that nano swarm I've just posted in the channel.
Oh yeah, you can definitely get that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So,
Do I need to mark off an at-rep favor for that?
Not for a minimal, no.
Okay.
Like, you
Thank
know enough people who would just be like, yeah, sure, here you go. We'll get you
All
back.
right.
You can get me back later. It's fine.
so Wheels
you.
asked Dak something. What did you specifically ask?
Whether Rhoda does not want the doctor to get this thing. Are they in opposition, or is he just trying to figure out, what she's up to?
Okay, yes, then during the call, Dak would ask, is there any reason that Rhoda would not want you to have this?
Been kind of. There's no reason I can think of. The last time we spoke, we seemed on good terms. We had made plans to take a vacation next month.
Meow.
Where to? Sorry, I'm not there.
Okay. And yeah, then that's it.
Only
That
you
sounds
have
like small
room,
talk. What?
Well, his value's at
Only-
15.
Melina taps back
Such
into the
good
party
reason for
line,
that.
asking for clarification. Are we going somewhere?
Yep.
Okay.
But I feel like if we want to cover all of our bases, we should prep that landing bay that we've already sectioned off for their use as an ambush point. So we can either lock it down if we don't get back in time and they get around us, or have a surprise ready for them.
Perhaps
Like
someone
an
with the requisite tactical skills could organize that via a fork in a more neutral morph, just to get the work done required to prepare the space.
Our network will be able to do that.
Excellent.
Is our goal to keep her from getting away, like kind of lock her at the docks so that she can't get away if she arrives? Is that the goal, or what's?
That seems like the most useful thing that we can do if she gets around us, or if we miss her somehow, or if we're hobbled somehow. She's still going to come back here and try to use one of the docks. We've already got that one sectioned off for her use. We could just have that be a trap.
I mean, it's been fairly clearly established that what our objective is to acquire the package. So let's make that a priority, yes? Now, another thing that Melina wants to know is if we are to leave, where she should meet the rest of the crew, and whether there are any specific items that might be useful for the journey.
I mean, he did promise us some new gear.
I want a gun.
I just kind of squint at Estrella.
What?
Do you know how to use a gun?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Keep going.
Melina
Yeah.
simply says, Melina simply says, I don't like guns.
They're nice
like
and messy.
I mean, if you want
And
messy, I can
Melina
show you some
fades.
tricks.
Melina, on the subject of violence, Melina starts to kind of fade out a little. She jacks out and says, contact my morph when when you have the details of where we need to meet.
This is gonna be fun, beauty. And I
Party.
jump out of the mesh and start gathering my stuff.
Melina will have Donix keep an eye on Esef, if possible.
Isev cloaking their mesh ID at all?
Yes, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Esev likes to keep everything kind of secret. Because there might be people looking for her.
So Donix would be using her behavioral algorithms to try and build a pattern match that could predict to some degree the points at which such monitoring could happen. And I'm not so much worried about the mesh monitoring. I'm more worried about the more interested rather in the meat space behavior of our friend.
See, that's where it gets interesting because my Esev is skilled in military ops, security ops. They are very, like, everything about them is geared toward either evading or just straight fucking up. And their
Sure.
muse has a couple of aspects to it that can support, like, if they wanted to get lost in a crowd, their muse could put together a psychological random route that is just off of what anybody would think somebody would go.
Should we try a roll off then?
So
Because
you
behavioral
are-
algorithms.
So Melina is specifically trying to track biometrics, right?
Biometrics, but also based on pathing, look at predicting eventual destinations and those sorts of things.
All right. So what I would need.
This is via her muse, though, so Donix has behavioral algorithms at 60.
All right. So I would need Donix to roll that research check.
Research or behavior?
Behavior, yeah.
It's no behavioral algorithms.
That would be opposed by Esev's infiltrate.
Oh, no. Don't bother.
Well, I mean, probably.
I could fail
should.
worse.
Yeah.
True.
Infiltrate. With that being said, oh wait, I'm on my muse. No wonder it's 10. That didn't look right. Let's see. Oh, that's still terrible. But is there any way that I can use my muse? Because my muse, the basis on which my muse predicts these patterns is psychology.
Which is what
Yeah.
Melina's muse works on as well.
If your muse were to help, you would get a -10. So that would, or was it plus 10? You would, your muse would help, yes.
Okay.
As opposed to help.
yeah.
No.
That was without the plus 10, but oh well. Because I
Easy.
expected the thing to come up.
It would be -10. Okay, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, so
You
Donix
are
reports back
-3?
that she's lost you. That's fine.
Yeah. Yay, opposed tests. Alright. So, you all are going to be securing a ship and getting ready to go fly out and meet Nat.
Yes.
Alright.
Who will? I'm guessing it might be Wheels who would be securing the ship, perhaps.
Sounds like Doc has a ship for us, right?
Yeah. Like, I just need you to roll your Circle A rep just to make sure you don't critically fail it.
Oh, me? I don't have that rep.
What rep do you have?
I've got G rep, the crime syndicate rep.
Oh, yeah, roll that. That's fine.
We've got the anarchists. Let's throw some gangs in there. Let's make this interesting.
Locust, it's whatever. Somebody knows you. It's fine.
I'm having a hard time rolling that.
Check behind your
Character sheet.
character sheet, but in the Roll20 window itself, that
Oh,
you might
okay,
have
I
a
see.
modifier thing.
Thank you.
That's right. I hit the same thing.
So they give you a little bit of a side eye because what the fuck is this criminal doing trying to get a ship on somebody else's credit? But eventually it takes a little bit of time. But they eventually check it out and they're like, okay, fine.
You have to talk to the Don on the eve of his daughter's wedding.
You know, they're eventually just like, fine, just don't fuck it up and bring it back in one piece.
No
That's the hard
promises.
part, apparently.
The one that explodes every time he drives. Bring it
All
back.
right.
in one-
And on that note, as you are all gathering to get ready to go and take a spaceship out, I think that is a good time for us to take our break.
Cool.
A
Yay.
couple minutes early, but whatever, it's fine.
Not perfect.
I can drag it out a little bit.
No, it's fine.
Sing us a song.
Alright,
Go to my gummy
Oh.
okay. I'm gonna take us out, and so we will be back shortly, y'all.
See. It's a crumble topping.
And we're back in.
Isn't that a cobbler?
No, it's just got a crumble topping. It's still a pie because it's got the crust.
You know what else has a crust? It's Hot Pockets.
This stream not sponsored by Hot Pockets. Hot Pockets.
Alright, so we're back in, right?
Oh, we've been in for like past minute.
A good
Right around pie talk is when we came back in.
It's a good thing we're reestablishing ourselves right where we began.
Yay, professionalism.
I need to learn how to use video editing software.
Alright, so before we went on break, we were getting ready to get in a ship and go figure out how to get on another ship in space.
Yeah, do any of us know actually how to dock a ship?
Oh man, I bet it involves docking. You like said docking.
Are you
before
proud
I
of
did.
yourself?
Wait, why are we rolling prey?
No reason. Just to clear something off the screen.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
Um,
Your score's only 20 for Oh. Everybody but me's in
Damn.
trouble.
Alright, so
I'm barely better.
you are on a ship. Also, how to dock the ship is going to be up to your pilot.
Yeah, I just get in the pilot seat. Chain smoking, some kind of adrenaline stim.
So hey, where's Dak right now?
Not on board.
So,
So yeah,
yeah,
that's
you-
going to need to be a conversation.
Yeah, you notice that Dak is not here. What do?
Text, call him. Scream into the void.
Hello.
Where are you?
How do you plan
We
on
just
coming with
lost
us?
something. Hold on a second.
Right.
I need to fix stuff real quick. Got moved around.
For some reason, the robot has a southern twang.
Alright.
Makes me think of Fallout.
Well, sure enough, y'all.
Oh God.
No,
No.
don't like that.
No one will ever wanted.
Thanks, I hate it.
That has to be his laugh. The laugh.
That was visually very weird to me, Bria, because I didn't see exactly what angle your hand was coming in, and it looked like somebody else was just handing you a cookie. It's like, what the fuck?
Hold on.
And we're back where everything is totally fine again. Proceed.
Fine and normal.
Right.
I'm
Uh,
fine. Everything is fine.
Alright.
I'm not someone else holding a cookie.
So we're calling Dak to find out where the hell they are.
Where are
The
they?
collective operates remotely. None of our members are able to, well, less able, more willing to travel.
Do we have any kind of, do we have any interface for you at all on this ship?
I mean, they can jack directly into the ship and work from there.
They can jack. Sorry.
Like
there
on a couple
a
different
stack
screens
jack?
around the cockpit. Thumbs up here.
Okay.
Okay. If you just want to be the ship, then
You're gonna have to have wheels touching you all over though.
might get a little awkward or a little steamy.
Gonna slap the ship. This can hold a whole lot of deck in it.
This baby can hold a whole lot of collective.
The later it gets, just
All right, so Jack is in the ship, literally.
I will board the ship
It's coming from within the walls.
with my nice toys.
Ooh, can I be wearing one of those dresses that's got like a slit cut up to like almost the top of your thigh, and then like there's like a very obviously a gun strapped to my thigh. I'm hiding it.
Yeah, that's actually encouraged.
Yeah. All right.
Can I roll something? What is it? Deceive to see if anyone can see the gun. Is that a thing?
Sure.
What are you gonna do? You're just gonna like shuffle sideways and hope the slit covers it?
No,
So
you just don't notice.
Yeah, if anybody wants to look for this gun, you're welcome to.
I just assume that everybody's armed and actively trying to kill me. That way I'm pleasantly surprised when they don't.
Melina, for the record, has no idea that you're carrying a gun and is very impressed with your bravery. She unclips a light pistol from her belt, and you see that in person, Melina is a fairly gothic-looking young girl. Her morph is fairly slim, but she wears sort of tight jeans and has a thick belt on the jeans, and has a backpack as she boards the vessel. And she pulls out of the backpack a light pistol and offers it to Australia.
Double
You're probably
gun.
better with this than me.
Maybe.
I feel like Wheels basically walks in with like a synthetic leather, the equivalent of a motorcycle jacket and a helmet, and is covered in dust from having done some kind of race, and just immediately does the Riker maneuver over the pilot's seat and just plops in and starts messing around with all the controls, pulls off the helmet, and I don't know, probably has long, luxurious hair, I feel like. So does one of those.
Like long, or like just like that, like Owen Wilson.
I'm thinking like curly black, long, like man bun length. So it's a hair flip and then a man bun.
Okay. Yeah, I'm digging it. All right.
Just as a quick other thing, Melina will be wearing a black tank top, and her hair is sort of dark and black, sort of very gothic looking. And do you actually take the gun from the pistol from Melina when she offers it to you, Australia?
Yes.
Okay.
More guns is better guns.
It
All right.
doesn't matter that I'm bad with them if I have more, right?
So, what was I saying? Australia has Melina's gun.
I'm gonna tuck it right in here.
Alrighty. You go, sister.
2 not obvious guns.
No, it's like under, right? And that conceals it, right?
They'll be distracted enough they won't notice it.
Melina does a little sort of, flex the muscles and says, "These are the only guns I need."
You see Isev walking up, and Isev looks like how they looked in Simulsense, where they have short white hair. They're wearing coveralls that are unzipped at their waist, and a tank top with webbing, and they have a duffel bag over one shoulder, and underneath the duffel bag is a wrapped object that's probably a rifle, and then on their thigh is a pistol, and they are very obviously in a Fury morph.
Okay.
And you can even see in their eyes the pupils kind of turn and click as they go into different sight spectrums.
All right. Melina just kind of raises an eyebrow as you walk past.
Oh,
I guess we never really like described our characters to each other, huh? Well, I guess we haven't met yet. Well, I didn't really take a different form before. I don't know.
So, Wheels, what is your piloting skill? Like, what is your specialization in piloting?
So I've got pilot air, pilot ground, and pilot space.
Okay, cool. Good. That means less roll.
Pilot covered.
It's my shtick. Though, admittedly, I'm not very great at space, but it's gonna go great. It's gonna be great, you guys.
It'll be fine. Dum, 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 dum.
So, if you could roll me, please, a piloting spacecraft check.
All right. Yeah, I want to basically whatever we're taking off is the idea.
No, you're gonna be able to take off pretty easily. This is more to like figure out your routes and how to get to the gnat.
Pilot space, you said?
Yeah.
Ooh.
The only good news is that the opposed check failed worse. So, you take off, get out into space pretty easily.
Sorry, this is important, but I feel like I'd take off in the equivalent of like immediately in third gear. Rev the engine and then just like
Yeah. For everyone else it's absolutely fucking terrifying. For you, you're just like, this is normal.
You're listing lazily to the left, and you're like, this is a great maneuver.
Yes. Looking out the side window and,
Oh my goodness.
smoking some kind of
Spartacus
stim.
with the rate of 15. Thank you so much, everybody. You're awesome.
Woo!
Thank you.
All the love.
I'd say I'm sorry, but I'm the one that's got to deal with these folks. So.
We're innocent.
I'm not innocent. I
I think the
How
term is
dare-
innocent until proven guilty in a
History
court
might
of law.
prove us guilty. Oh, okay.
So yeah, you take off from Locus. Your passengers are absolutely terrified. You're fine. It's great. Hope
He
they're
knows
a
what
little-
he's doing, Beauty. He knows what he's doing. I don't think he knows what he's doing.
I say over the overhead speaker equivalent. Did I mention you should buckle up?
Maverick, can you keep an eye on him?
maybe.
Where you run into problems is you kind of drift off course in your wild getting away from the station maneuver. So it takes you a few extra hours to get there. What are you doing in those couple of extra hours?
I'm checking my
make up.
guns. There are two kinds of people in this campaign.
Melina will be asking Esev and Australia a bit more about the background.
He said,
So, where did you grow up?
Just
What-
stares at her.
What's your deal? I mean, obviously, you hit things, shoot
Oh,
things,
yeah.
I guess.
Let's see. Where did I grow up? I wish I knew.
Yep. And I walk off and start meditating.
I actually probably should have thought of that.
I didn't have to.
I definitely grew up around.
I don't know. I didn't.
So hey Dak, while all this
Yes.
conversation is going on, I think you're muted, first of all.
I shouldn't be.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I hear you, yeah.
That might have just been me not hearing something. Anyway, you suddenly get this flash. Glancing at Isev. And it's this kind of almost overwhelming feeling of familiarity. And for a moment, you know this person. You know there's something going on, but you can't quite pin it down before the feeling leaves you.
What you do?
Kind of looking around like, I think the ship's talking to me.
It's just Dak, sweetie.
And that's memory artifact.
Right. I go back to meditating. I'm literally sitting in Seiza position with my hands on the top of my legs, meditating with my gun laid out in front of me.
That's an interesting juxtaposition. That's a good word.
Seiza?
Yeah.
While we are wandering slightly lost in space, only slightly.
Probably
Slightly
slightly
lost in space.
Danger, Will
Made it
Robinson,
sound
danger.
less.
Aggressively flying towards obstacles and like swerving around them.
I meditate a little
There's an
harder.
asteroid swarm.
Anything else interesting happen on board?
I mean, Dak's probably gonna start doing a read.
Is Dak researching?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Melina
Right,
is
right,
looking
right.
though, jumping onto a terminal and trying to get a clearer idea of where we are in space and what sort of corrections we might need for our heading. She wouldn't know how to make them, but she is quite happy to try and do what she can to make sure that we're heading, that we're on track.
All right. So, after a little bit of probably some fussing, going back and forth, you see the Gnat. It's a very small ship.
I get the name.
So, you have options. How do you want to get onto the ship, ideally? Because that might not be how you get on the ship.
Yes,
Go through
for an
space.
invitation.
We'll put on space suits and just go. Just go.
One option.
We could just hack their system, cut their engines off, and then
That is another option.
That's probably the
Uh,
better option than trying to aim for a small object and missing in deep space.
So,
Do we want to go in aggressively, or are we trying to?
We could be like, hey.
We could have one person talking and one person hacking. Or one person talking and two people hacking.
I like that idea.
Indeed.
Hail them.
3 hackers in a trench
Although,
coat.
once we've actually managed to, if we manage to convince them to stop, or at least allow us to dock with them, Melina herself won't go onto the vessel. She will send something else instead.
I just look over at Estrella. Well, you're up, sexy pants. Go talk.
all right. So, do we want to do the talking first or the hacking first?
Simultaneous.
Yeah.
Yes. Which do we want to play out first?
Play first.
Talkie
I
talk
can
first.
Talk first.
Talkie talk.
I'd like to be involved in the talking too. I could just be kicking back in the pilot's seat looking cool, but
You should do
Like
a smolder,
Mhm.
you know, like from Tangled. Be like,
That means you're assisting. Good job.
One of you two has to appeal to this person.
Where's the social contact?
Maybe. You never know in the future.
Give me 1 minute to find social actions.
Octopod?
Because now we get into all the dice rolling. So
All of the dice rolling.
you are going to hail the ship.
Yep.
Open all frequencies.
We need a Star Trek hailing signal sound.
Melina will do an interface check to see if she can convince the ship to start sending out an emergency beacon, a distress beacon. That's in our
Alright.
ship.
Alright, we're gonna get through the talking and then we're gonna go into more of the hacking and stuff real quick.
Wait,
Yep.
wait. Okay, if we're
So,
doing like
first
a distress signal, we need to discuss this first. Because we need I need a story to tell. If we're gonna do like a
Yeah, it's a different approach if we're in trouble versus when we're talking.
rather than hey, how you doing? Can I dock with you?
Yeah, what's our story? What's our plan?
My suggestion is
I mean, yeah.
low on
Right.
oxygen.
Guys,
We
I
need
found
to
the
top up.
bard.
I'm literally the face.
Sure.
That's what I chose.
My suggestion is that we say we're low on oxygen. Can you help top us up? Just till we get back
Is that
to
like
the
a
station.
thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course it is.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
unless you're growing shit on this ship, that's totally
That's
a thing.
fair.
Or you're in
I-
a sense.
I am also really sneaky, so perhaps if we dock with them to refuel oxygen, I could sneak in and steal this thing if there's adequate distraction.
Fair.
Yep. And Melina
I can
has some
provide
stuff
that.
that can help with that. But Melina would also like to make an interface check to see if she can monkey up a convincing readout that shows our current oxygen levels as being about 2 hours left.
Alright, go ahead and do that.
When Dak would assist.
So with an assist,
Go on, yeah.
that's a success, and this is just going to be
Oof.
a simple success fail. So yeah, you are able to, spoof your readings, at least well enough for someone to listen and take you seriously.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then you're gonna hail this ship. You're gonna not be muted?
Yeah. Sorry, I should probably not eat pie while I'm talking to people.
But I like
So
pie.
yeah,
We need to oxygen. Too much pie, not enough oxygen.
Help! All
We're
right.
trying to make room for the air.
The problem is we took on some tribbles, they ate the pie. Now we've got too many tribbles and not enough oxygen. This
All
is how
right.
these things
Now
So
we have triple pie.
okay, so
So you
Uh,
get a
if
guy
we
on-
send out a little bit of a signal, do they answer?
Yeah, you get a request to, you get someone to accept your request.
Okay.
And there's this very large, intimidating looking guy sitting there. What?
Oh, hi. Yeah, we were kind of hoping maybe you could help us out a little bit. Our driver here had got us a little off course, and we seem to be running low on oxygen. We might not make it to the next stop. Do you think maybe you could help us out? We just need like another hour or so to get to the next refueling station.
Deceive for me, real quick.
Which one?
Deceive.
Deceive? Oh, okay.
He kind of. I could shoot you over a tank. Is that good enough?
Well,
Lasted about
you
5
know,
hours. That's all I got.
Oh, you don't want to meet face to face?
No.
Yeah, we're not equipped with the kind of machinery to catch a tank. I think we're gonna have to dock.
It'd be
That
much
is-
more interesting.
You're like, where are you gonna dock at?
With you.
The ship-
You know.
Yeah. I don't think
The old-fashioned way.
get it in there the way you think you're gonna be able to get it in there.
You'd be surprised what she can do.
Oh, Mitchie.
You've never worked with this crew before. Can we
Oh my, that's a big
do a
tank.
persuade or a deceive or something to?
Yeah. Roll me persuade on that.
All right.
Nice. We both passed.
He kind of sighs and he goes, "All right, but I'll come to you with the oxygen. All right,
That's
oh
fine.
sure, yeah.
we got people on board that don't want no visitors.
And I'll have
Oh,
my
I didn't see that.
I'll have my new toys ready for a quick hop across.
All right. So now I need your piloting the spacecraft.
Ooh.
Hey!
So you dock.
You did the
well,
thing!
And while you're docking,
I feel like I'm banking very quickly.
Yeah,
Very
you know,
quickly
you're
towards
doing some daredevil shit, but it's very obvious you're in control. You've got this. You know what the fuck you're doing.
No, he's fine, Beauty. He knows what he's doing.
You know, Beauty might
If you're
actually
convinced,
keep the
then-
time that he knows what he's doing.
I'm assuming Melina is plugged into a high G deceleration setup at this point.
Fair enough. So while you're docking, let's do the tech side of it, which will be happening at the same time.
Okay.
Zach would definitely want to be. Well, as soon as they're in like range, just hopping over into their system.
With the open communication, you would have a clear access straight in.
Perfect.
Is
We are in
Melina
your system.
assisting with this?
Oh. Apparently not. No, that role was actually for the drones to try and have them fly through the airlock at the same time as the tank was coming out.
Alright.
But I'm getting a sense that they might just get a ride back on the tank.
Alright. Hang on, I have to look up hacking now. There's rules for all of that.
Yeah, we need a log-on check. We need...
There we go. Alright, so first we need you.
So establishing a
you-
connection
Alright,
would be the first step.
yeah. But the ships are also already kind of linked, so it would be
Yep.
much easier.
That's what they said.
How are they linked exactly?
Like you had to. There we go.
Now, we probably don't
Asking
have
for a
time
friend.
for a subtle intrusion, so this is almost definitely going to have to be brute force.
Are you going subtle or are you going brute force, Dak?
Zach would go subtle.
Okay.
Because that requires an hour.
Dak can do it faster.
Okay.
For reasons.
Okay. Yep. Got it.
There's a lot of decks.
So I need a hacking test from you, Dak.
Dak is Legion.
Which is the hacking. That infosec.
That's infosec.
Infosec, yeah.
All your systems belong to us.
Okay, so wow. You are in, obviously. You are in covert status, and you have user level access privileges. You can do another infosec, I believe, to upgrade those privileges.
Would I be able to use my exploit ability?
Yeah.
Or I guess that's just gonna... I don't know, how is that gonna work?
No, actually, roll me an interface test on that. Because you're in the system now, you want to interface and up your privilege levels.
Hey, there we go.
You're good. Yeah. You are in, you are hidden, which means the system does not realize you're there at all. And you have admin level access.
I'm going to suggest using a spoofer app and using Rhoda's mesh ID, if you can find it, to show your show that's who your status is.
No need.
No need. Okay.
But I will use that too, and they would use it, I guess, using that, mesh ID to find Rhoda.
Rhoda would be in the cockpit. You have access privileges to actually see through the cameras in the ship. And she is kind of sitting in the cockpit, not quite where the pilot would be. There's someone else sitting there. And you see her holding this about 2-foot canister. It's glass, it's got something swirling inside of it. And she's just kind of sitting there petting it.
That's not creepy.
No, not at all.
I think it would be time to... ESEV has different kinds of sight things, right?
ESEV has enhanced vision, which I believe means that I can see in multiple light spectrums.
ESEV, look at this.
Am I looking at the canister? Okay, let me make sure I have this right then.
Yeah, this is now an active feed for anyone that wants to be able to like drop in, drop out.
Let's see, perks. Where would the perks, traits, whatever they're called, be?
And for those, because this is happening simultaneously, for those engaged in the talkie-talk, this would be something that's kind of on the edge of your vision. You're able to concentrate on what you're doing and also be seeing this at the same time.
It's a different tab.
Transhumans are great at multitasking.
Why am I not finding it?
What are we looking for?
Enhanced vision. Oh, it might be in gear, actually.
Yeah.
Oop, let's try that. It's way the fuck back here towards the back. This is going to take me a minute. Trying to navigate this book. Nope,
It's on page XX.
Yeah. They're all page XX.
Have you checked, oh right, there's a table on page XX that you can find.
Somehow I regret starting that joke.
What are you looking for again?
Enhanced vision.
Probably look up the thing that's in the thing.
On page.
Oh, where is it? Is that it? Senses and sensory. Nope. Fuck you.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense for it to be there.
Oh, enhanced vision. Tetrachromatic vision, wider frequency range, better focus, plus 10 vision to perceive.
What are you trying to find out about this canister and the pulsing, glowy shit inside of it?
Well, first of all, I'm guessing I'm not close enough to it, and there's too many walls in the way for me to use a slate.
Yeah, no. You're watching this from a feed that Dak is feeding of the
So,
Oh,
can I filter through the tetrachromatic spectrum to see if it has any other presence to it? If it just dings anything off, or if it's just exactly what it looks like in normal vision?
Pretty much all you can tell is that it's biological.
Ooh, I actually have a skill with biology. So can I take a moment to look at it to see if I know anything about this particular form of biology?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna hit my no skill. Stop rolling twice. I mean, they're both good, but stop rolling twice.
You know it's biological. That's
Okay.
literally all you know about it.
Were there other people in the cockpit with Rhoda?
There is a pilot.
is it the same guy I'm talking to?
No. There is a seat where he should be, but he is not there.
When he comes to
People are on the
transfer,
craft
like,
total.
say what?
How many people are on?
Ah.
Just 3?
I mean, they did say it's a small ship.
Yeah, there's just the 3 of them on the ship.
The person that's coming with the oxygen tank. Do they look like they are? Their movements and stuff suggest to me that they're a bodyguard?
Roll kinesics for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll too.
Oh.
So, do they look like a bodyguard or something?
He's just some guy.
He's just some big meathead. It's fine. Estrella notices that he carries himself very much like he doesn't want to be there, but he's there for some reason. Like, he absolutely does not want to be in this place.
All right then. Maybe we don't need violence.
Michi, while all this is happening, Melina is going to try and piggyback on Dak's connection to try and install a backdoor on the ship systems. That role has been sent to you.
Alright. Is Dak going to try to oppose that piggybacking at all?
Have fun.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, he can do that. That is absolutely fine. There is now a back
Anything Dak will
door.
assist.
Huh?
Anything Dak will assist.
Alright. So, you've got, his name is Mickey, by the way. Coming to deliver you some oxygen.
Oh,
For
Mickey,
your
you're so
diet.
fine. You're so fine. You
Yep,
feel my
thank
mind.
goodness it wasn't just me.
You're in the system. You can pretty much do whatever you need to in the system at this point. You have a back door in the system in case you get kicked out. Actually, I need to roll against that real quick. Yeah, you have a back door in this.
Oof.
These dice have not been nice to me.
We don't know how to play this game.
I don't know how to play.
You've got a bodyguard dude who just doesn't really want to be there.
What about the other pilot?
Anyone wants to roll a kinesics check on the pilot?
I can do that.
Or on
Yeah.
front of yourself?
I'll do. Yeah, I definitely. I'm like checking all of them out, Should I do it a separate one for each?
Yeah. So is this for Rhoda or for the pilot?
So this one will be for Rhoda.
Okay.
Mine was
And
for
then
the
this
pilot,
one will be for the pilot.
and this one for Rhoda.
Esteve, you can't read shit right now.
Esteve,
You're just
you're doing your best, honey.
people,
Beauty,
and I
you're
probably
not
wanna-
helping.
You
Beauty,
know what?
you're not
I'm
helping.
actually
Beauty,
curious.
you're not helping.
Yeah, no.
Hmm.
I'm gonna use knowledge flight ops crew to see if I know the skill level of this pilot from based on his whatnot.
Alright,
Based on his whatnot.
What are his things?
I
and
bet
his
you
stuff?
Estrella could tell you more about that.
Estrella, what you notice about the pilot is whatever is happening here, he is fully committed to it.
Okay.
And what you notice about Rhoda, she seems... There's something really off about her.
I'm gonna say that out loud.
She's very... Her body language is very stiff, very formal, despite the fact that she's sitting there, like, petting this container.
Precious MacGuffin.
Wheels, you can tell that this pilot, he's not the best. You could outmaneuver him pretty easily, but he does know what he's doing.
Especially when you're not in space.
He's also probably pretty good at breaking kneecaps.
Mm. Classic flight school graduate.
So I'm gonna turn to Melina and Wheels, and I'm gonna be like, we might be able to talk the beefhead around. I don't think the pilot's going anywhere. I don't think we need to beat up the other guy.
We can drain all their oxygen. Then when they're unconscious, we can go and collect the canister.
I suppose.
Melina grins very slyly in response to that suggestion.
Yeah, do we have I could sneak on board with like a breath mask or whatnot and snag it.
I could shut down the ship.
I mean, if that seems easiest.
So I think what Dak would probably start doing is shut down any emergency alarms for oxygen venting, and then just start slowly venting their oxygen.
Roll me infosec for that. You'll get bonuses. Yeah, you're fine. This plan goes off without a hitch. As far as you're aware. And you see, as the oxygen starts getting lower in the ship, you see Mickey with the oxygen tank just kind of leaning against a wall, and he's obviously noticed that there's a lot of less oxygen, but he's not saying anything. You see the pilot, as the oxygen levels drop and drop and drop, he just starts kind of, drooping like you'd expect when oxygen is vented from the room. And you see Rhoda acting much the same, although she does grip the container very tightly. But nobody seems to be raising an alarm.
I'm a little
guess-
suspicious of that. But then everybody's trying to kill me.
Vicious says everything.
So are we we're like
You're dock.
We're already connected.
You got
And-
Mickey on the dock, and he's just like, God, I'm tired. I want to take a nap.
I'm gonna activate. I got a chameleon cloak, which is a loose poncho that contains the length of network sensors that perceive wavelengths from microwave. So it gets a bonus on infiltrate. So I'm gonna don that thing and pull the hood up whatnot, and then just try and slip past this dude onto the ship.
So since Mickey is right there, Zach would want to, like, ping something on a screen to, like, draw attention away.
Yeah. Mickey doesn't notice you as you slip past him, and he's
Going unconscious.
Oop, yeah. That would have a +10 on it as well.
Yeah, you slip by him. He's also just distracted because he's having trouble breathing until this door opens, and all of a sudden there's oxygen again, and he just kind of slides on with his container.
Dang.
Just like, who is meeting him at the door?
Me,
I'll go with her
right?
as the muscle.
Okay.
That'd be Australia, yeah. And yeah, so he brings in this tank, and he just kind of leans it up and leans against the wall and just kind of takes a deep breath.
Oh, are you all right?
Y'all need any help getting this set up?
Oh, that would be lovely.
Tired.
Would you like to take a seat? You seem a little out of it.
Yeah, that sounds good. And he just kind of like slumps on the wall. And... Y'all don't mind if I rest here for a minute?
Pick him up. No. Pick him up or something.
You
There
know,
you go. Should we take him to the brig?
I was gonna say, right on the other side of that airlock, I got a nice little cot set up. You can rest in.
That sounds good.
Yeah, come on, I'll show you. You know,
He'll go with you.
I'll pick him up, bring him over to basically the floor, and just kind of lay him down.
Congratulations, you've kidnapped one meathead.
I just want him out of my way. I'm
Deprivation's
just
a hell of a
gonna,
drug.
as soon as I have him down, I'm just gonna walk back and go across.
Don't you think we should tie him or something?
Nah, it'll be fine.
What if he gets up and decides to hate us? I mean,
He has oxygen deprivation. He's weak as a kitten right now.
He has oxygen deprivation, and he didn't want to be on the ship anyway.
I mean, okay.
We're really doing him a favor. Come on.
Maybe he'll just be our friend. We'll just let it go, I guess. Should we go
Yeah,
find what's her face?
Let's not get into wishful thinking. Come on.
Alright, so while this is going on, what is Wheels doing?
I'm creeping through this ship with my chameleon cloak on, and making my way towards the pilot, the cockpit. Along the way, I'm planning a micro bug. I think if I can tell where Rhoda's like quarters are, I'd plan it in her quarters.
The quarters are like right next to the cockpit. There's just 3 bunks. Well, there's 4 bunks, but 3 of them are in use. You can't really tell whose is whose. They're all very sparsely furnished.
Well, actually, I guess I'll plan it in the cockpit. So it's a micro-sized camera that can also be GPS. So I patch our hacker crew through to this so that we can, at a later point, monitor this ship if we are disconnected from them.
We'll go get the thingy.
And then, yeah, creeping into the cockpit. Are they passed out?
Or as you can tell, yes.
this
You want
sounds
to roll for
great.
that?
Yeah, perception, perhaps, or perceive.
Perceive, yeah. As far as you can tell, they're passed out.
All right, I'm creeping.
You're creeping? What else are you doing?
I'm tiptoeing towards this creepy tube.
Can I kind of take a look and see if I can tell if they're asleep for realsies?
Yes.
Would that be perceive or the other thing?
That would be perceive.
Oof.
I should say that infiltrate has a +10. How do you add it if it doesn't pop up?
There's a
just
temp
mention it.
value in the character sheet.
Yeah. You can also just mention it.
Oh, I
'cause
see. Okay,
your
the third
values
column.
are always going to be like 5, 10, 20 kind of things. It's easy math. As far as you can tell, you are 98% sure that they are actually asleep.
This is going really well, you guys.
That's
All right,
I'm gonna
the
be like-
that gets you.
The thing I love about experienced role players is when things go well, there is absolute paranoia.
I'm reaching out for the thing.
Are you touching the thing yet?
Be gentle.
I mean, Keith, the player, is really terrified about the idea of this question
Whatever
that you
this
just asked me.
am I near the cockpit yet?
You're probably near it, yeah.
Okay. I just gotta make sure if this is a chi or gamma. Oh, wait, did I not take that one? Oh, that sucks. Okay, so do I have any kind of mental awareness of anything in that canister?
In the canister, no.
Okay. Oh, I do have that. I have ego sense. Okay.
It's
I'm
just
snatching it.
biological, there's no ego in it.
Am I able to determine if either the pilot or Rhoda is a psi?
Oh god, what would that be?
I have ego sense, so I would think it would be that.
No, neither of them are size.
Okay. And since I used ego sense, I actually that's a gamma, not a chi. So that requires I actually do something.
Oh.
Fortunately, that's the one that won't put me across my strain threshold.
Yay!
So do I make a psi test or do I just click straight off the ego sense?
Straight off the ego sense.
Or it just does that and I need to click for psi?
Well, yeah, you would have to do that anyway because since you're using it, you would have to make an infection test, but you're fine. And also how long it lasts and everything. Yeah, no.
Or what?
Nothing.
Forewarning.
Don't worry about it.
4 action turns.
No, like 4 seconds
All right.
Or
or
logo.
hours.
Oh, I get to make a pose test for that. Okay, hang on.
They're both asleep. Does that still oppose?
Yes, but they also get negatives.
Ah.
I just dropped my dice. Hang on.
Not all your dice.
Just one of them. It's fine.
No.
You lied to me.
Trying to see if it's within range, and I
How
can't
could
see.
you,
it.
you
Okay.
monster?
What? Huh? All right. Yeah, as far as you can tell, there's only 2 egos in this room. Neither of them are psi, and they are asleep.
Oh, that was easy.
All right.
Okay, he snatches the thing.
I'm snatching the thing and tucking it under my cloak.
All right. As you touch it, I need you to roll me Frey.
Oh, good. Is it a gun?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice roll.
So, as you go to touch this, you feel the tip of a knife in your ribs. And you're able to jump back. But you see that Rhoda is not asleep. Her eyes are now wide open, and she has a a nice knife that's kind of sparking a little bit.
Ooh. I think I'd be quick drawing a gun to her head, probably.
So, this is some roll for initiative shit right here. Now I have to figure out how initiative works. Shit!
We click a button. I do believe there is a button for that.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
for
there is.
combat.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
On the
Handy
ego
tap.
page.
Initiative. Stop rolling twice. I cannot wait to get the new mouse.
This makes sense because I was not really in ship.
Fine, you'll still get to do actions if you want to do actions. Alright, now my next question is where the hell the fuck do I roll? I don't know how to roll 20, that's my problem. There is the thing. Alright, you know what? I'll just do this manually. It's fine.
First initiative roll, you guys.
Yay!
It's happening.
Oh, God.
Oh god.
Why you do this?
Free him.
There we go.
How does Wheels get to roll a d10 for initiative?
I don't know. I just hit the button.
That's fine. That's fine. It's probably something in your skills or something. Having to do this manually, it's fine. Alright, so Wheels, you get to go first.
Ooh, that's great news. Sorry if I'm not super sure how much I can accomplish, but I'm thinking of snatching this thing. I think drawing a gun probably is the most important thing.
Okay.
So that and or snatching this thing, the object. What would I roll for that? Guns?
I mean,
Or
drawing your gun is just an action you can do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and if I can try and snatch this thing, the cylinder.
Your sleight of hand.
I don't see sleight of hand. I got
Am I thinking of
athletics.
Hang on. I think I'm thinking a different system.
Most definitely.
Yeah, your athletics.
Woo.
Nice.
All right, so get posed. So you go to grab it, and you get your arm around it, and you got one hand with a gun, one arm around the thing, and she just drops the knife that she's holding, and he yanks it back from you.
I shoot her in the kneecap.
You're not even there. And
I yell down the hallway.
Shoot her in the
Wait,
kneecap.
now, it is Esev's turn, so this is gonna get fun.
Esav, tell him to shoot her in the kneecap.
Esev's going to come in. Yeah, she'll have the rifle up, pointed at Rhoda. Go, Rhoda. Where you think you're going with that canister?
Canister.
This is mine, and I will use it.
There's a professor that likes to differ. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
She just scoffs.
As we heard, you were supposed to go to Mars.
Shufin is a fool. He doesn't deserve what I can give him.
Wow.
Setting that aside, he says his domestic problems here. we were hired for a particular purpose.
You could join me instead.
What makes you think you have something I want?
Doesn't matter if you want it or not. It's going to happen.
Esev is very
Swallow.
confused.
It's inevitable.
Esev's gonna go, what's inevitable about it? And while Esev says that, she's actually going to start gearing up the algorithm in the back of her head that activates one of her slates. But I want to hear what the answer is first. Because this is definitely going to set me over the edge.
We keep evolving. We have to keep evolving. Transhuman is no longer enough. We must become more.
If it's inevitable, then why do you care whether or not I have that canister?
Because you haven't evolved enough to use it properly. They don't want
Oh,
you to use it. They want me to use it.
Who is
Who
they?
is they?
Kind of smirks. If I have to tell you, you're not ready.
Well, that's unfortunate. And I'm going to use Basilisk Stare.
Shit. Let me look something up real quick.
And then I have to roll a side test for that, don't I?
Looks like it rolled one already.
And that
Yeah.
was just telling what the...
Is that what the infection test is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
you did.
Okay, yeah. You are welcome to do that.
So I maintain full eye contact and freeze her in place. and I say, as I'm maintaining that eye contact, do not walk in front of me.
All right. So that is your turn. Rhoda, following up from this, smirks and takes 3 steps in front of you.
Ah, son of a bitch. That's not good.
I'm guessing that means she passed. Passed her save or something.
And now it is Melina's turn. That is her entire action, by the way.
Yeah.
Fucking power move.
Melina is jacking into our ship to keep. We don't jack sheep. That's bad. Going to jack into our ship to keep the guy we've captured locked down and prepare to slam the doors shut on our ship if and when we have the canister.
Alright. Dak.
So, what is Rhoda sleeved into?
Rhoda is sleeved into. One moment. I have this written down. I prepared this part. I just have to figure out where I put it. Rhoda is sleeved into an Exalt currently.
A what?
An Exalt. It's the bog standard enhanced human model. She's attractive. Attractive,
Doesn't
fit.
care. The brain can be hacked. That's what matters. Jack's going to try and crack open that brain.
Okay, give me 1 second to find the rules for that. There's a lot of rules.
We're using all the toys tonight. Let's see.
That's what the biohacking specialty is for.
That's mindware hacking on page 266.
All right.
So first step would be hacking her pan.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and roll your skill for that.
Interface.
So
Yeah, that one.
there probably would be some advantage from being able to use
no.
the systems to enhance that check.
Yeah. So it seems like for a minute. Actually, I should roll the opposed because. Yeah, it seems like for just a second. You have her. She kind of stops and her grip loosens a little bit on this canister. And then she snaps her head up. And just this smirk on her face. As she's like, I know what you are. And tightens her grip. And you unfortunately do not gain access.
That sucks.
Which now makes it Estrella's turn.
Shoot her in the knee.
Honestly, this ship is small enough that you can run to the cockpit at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna run to the cockpit and try and shoot her in the kneecap.
Go for it.
With boob gun or leg gun?
Damn. Boob gun.
I want to point it out. You may have failed this roll. But she rolled a 99.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, that real bad.
Oh no!
So like I trip and fire slightly off,
Oh,
and then
fuck.
she just
Her
falls
knee
into
twitches
it.
just right.
Her knee
Don't
twitches.
quite get her
You
in
got a little tangled getting the gun free from the boob.
Don't shoot the glass. Don't shoot the glass.
you don't get her in the knee.
I shouldn't have worn the tassels. You know, they get tangled in the guns and whatnot
They always do.
What is
every time.
What is the damage on that
He
gun?
says like, what's the whatnot?
I wish I knew.
Roll damage on the gun and then we'll...
How?
That's the one from Gemma, right?
Yeah, what gun did you give me, by the way?
It's a light pistol.
A light pistol?
Yep. So it's gear. So it's 15 plus 1, range 30.
It's 1d15 plus 1?
15 plus 1 is the reload.
Oh.
The range is the damage is 11. Sorry, hang on. No.
Yeah, no, you roll that
Damages.
private.
Yeah, you've been rolling everything private for a while now.
Yeah, I know. It's been deliberate. I wasn't trying to actually spam the thing. I was just wanting to read the output for this to see what the damage is. So what is the damage? 11 plus
so
5?
2d10.
Sorry, 2d10. That's right.
So yeah, just roll 2d10 and we'll go from there.
Oh.
10.
Alright, so you
No.
don't get her in the kneecap.
Wait. Is it 10?
Yeah, it's 10.
Okay.
You don't get her in the knee, but you do get her in the thigh.
I was close. I never said I was good with these.
And see, what's disturbing about what happens next? She gets a bullet in the thigh. It bleeds like a thigh bullet would make you bleed. And most people in this situation would, doesn't matter if they're holding something very precious, they're gonna at least put one hand on that wound. But she doesn't. She just stands there stoically as she gets shot in the frickin' thigh. Which brings us back to the top of the round. And that would be Wheels.
That's so
Throw a wheel at her.
Throw a wheel at her kneecap.
Okay, so maybe.
I want
What
to
is a
wrestle
normal
this
amount of
thing.
HP?
I'm gonna try and do athletics again and pull this thing out. Can I use what are they called, flex or whatnot, from my morph? Aren't there like things you can get to get a bonus on your roll?
Flex points.
You got different pools. You've got insight, moxie, vigor, flex. Flex you can use for basically anything.
If I've got 1 point in vigor, could I use that for this challenge?
With vigor, you can either take the initiative, or an extra action, or ignore a wound.
Okay, I'll just roll. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. You can also use your flex to flip a die roll. So
Ooh, then I might do that because I would succeed if I did.
Yeah. Yeah, if you wanted to do that.
From which pool? Sorry.
From your flex. Or your vigor.
No, I don't have any in my flex pool.
You should have at least one, because all you guys start with one.
Okay. Well, I probably just got that wrong.
No, you can use your vigor for this because it's a physical action.
Okay.
So you're gonna spend that to make that a 23?
Yeah. Yep. Sorry.
Alright, so you managed to get a firm, solid grip on this. And after a little bit of back and forth, she loses her grip on it, and you now securely have this canister.
I'm booking it back onto our ship.
You're gonna use your movement to book it?
Yeah.
Alright, Etev, it is your turn.
So the basilisk stare did not work. I'm gonna bring up my rifle again and point it straight at her head and say, well, leg didn't work. Wonder if this will. And I'm gonna pull the trigger.
Go for it.
It's a guns roll, right?
Yeah. Or I think...
Can you just do it straight off the weapon?
Yeah, you can do it straight off the weapon.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yep, that is a miss, unless you want to use one of your pools to flip it.
Yeah, I'll use... Can I use vigor to flip that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use vigor to flip that.
Alright. And actually, yeah. So that's +1 because that's a superior result at a 78. Alright, yeah, so you shoot her in the head and she actually reacts a little bit.
Is it in the way I expect?
Is it like, ow, my head, or is it like, ah!
Yeah, like, you shoot someone in the head, and they kind of get some blood going on, and they go, "Oh, holy fuck! I've been shot in the head," just kind of thing.
Is it
You shot
oh dear,
me.
or is it paint the wall behind me kind of thing?
It's paint the wall behind her. Yeah, she's down.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot forward. Do I know how to remove a cortical stack?
Everyone knows how to remove a cortical stack. It depends on how well you do it.
I will give it a shot.
So you're gonna try to remove her cortical stack.
Yes.
She doesn't have one.
Oh.
What?
Oh, she is evolved, huh?
Well,
I don't either.
I really hope they were getting a divorce. I'm just gonna run back to the ship.
Yeah, so we're out of combat.
Recover that.
The pilot will
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah, I definitely need to get back to the ship. Oh, like,
Blood!
I was not expecting a lack of cortical stack.
I just
Well-
did all sorts of shit that I didn't know if you guys were gonna find out or not.
I think this is good enough. We're just gonna like GTFO with with the cylinder.
What Jack
Going
would
with
like
the toe.
is saying, please recover that body.
Are you all right? I just grab it, start dragging it back to the ship.
So
You don't want me to bring the pilot too, do you?
Do not get blood on the carpet of this ship.
It's not even your ship.
It's a rental.
I told him I wouldn't do any harm to it.
You're not harming it. You're just painting it.
You mentioned the pilot. The pilot didn't wake up during any of that.
No.
No, we would have
Please
found out
check
quick if he
there's
did.
a stack in that, please.
Pilot? No, the pilot doesn't have a cortical stack.
Bring those both. Please.
Oh, are you all right?
The pilot is still alive. The pilot is just not awake.
Do we have any restraints? Because I don't.
I'm not touching him.
Do we have 0 restraints on this ship? That sucks.
No. If you look at the pilot is just a really uninteresting flat. There's literally nothing going on. There's also no oxygen in this ship. I have gone under the assumption that you guys were wearing some kind of vac suit. The pilot was not.
Melina will be trying to wheel the tank of oxygen back to the other ship. She doesn't really like the idea of cold-blooded murder.
This is why we
Okay.
pack.
I'm getting
You know
the
how
How is
to
ship.
it moving
all
without
that?
how is it moving without a stack?
I mean, you can have a morph without a cortical stack.
Just means you can't back yourself up.
Yeah. That means once the body is done, the ego is done. Or
Yeah,
at
it's
least
just a
the
naked brain.
Or is it something more evolved?
Will, stop being creepy.
Yeah, I'm getting the ship powered up while everybody's dragging bodies around, and I'm
Does
plotting our path back to the
Please
to the
don't
city.
scrape the cylinder. That would be very.
does the bruiser have a cortical stack?
Oh yeah.
I trust him more than I trust these people, and one of them's dead.
Yeah, I wrapped the cylinder in my cool leather duster jacket. Put it seat belted in the seat next to me.
Alright.
Oh, sweetie.
Alright. Melina, you struggle a little bit getting the tank back onto the other ship, but it goes.
Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to plug it in or anything. I'm just getting it there so that we can.
So that we're not stealing on top of the cold-blooded murder.
Well, the murder wasn't cold-blooded. It was self-defense, really, sort of.
I mean, to be fair, she pulled a knife on you first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Han shot first.
He's coming right for us.
All right, so yeah, you get the cylinder safely to the drop point. Do you do anything else?
While we're on our way to the drop point, can I study the cylinder to try and get something off of it? Do I even know like what kind of canister this is?
The most that you are really able to tell is that it is some kind of pathogen.
Oh.
Can Melina use the ship's onboard sensors to try and perform some sort of analysis on the pathogen?
Yeah,
Can I do a
Like an
medicine
interface roll?
check?
y'all can definitely try.
I'm just shaking my head at everybody looking too close at this thing.
Can I do a fine arts check?
Paint a
No?
picture of it.
Skill.
You could paint a picture on it.
Ooh.
Put stickers on the canister. See,
Oh.
scouting.
So
Ooh.
Melina
No.
specifically, looking at the data that you have found from this, something about the pattern of this, something about this canister specifically is kind of pinging you if you want to do more research on that.
Yeah, okay.
Would you like assistance?
I have a way that I can actually. I won't be able to tell what the canister is, but I'll be able to know how it works. I have a
Go ahead.
Sai Chi trait called Grok that if I spent time studying one object for like a minute, I can learn how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So with Grok, basically, it okay. So when you go to the bank and you get the tube to put in the drive-up window, the pneumatic tube, the way that kind of swivels on and off, that's basically what happens here.
This is not a secure fucking.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't open it.
I'm literally muttering to Beauty.
Don't
Who
dare
the
open
fuck in their
inside.
right mind puts a freaking biological pathogen in a screw on top?
Melina, what you would find is kind of etched along the metal part of this canister.
Yep.
The name Aconus.
Okay.
You would know that Aconus. One moment. Let me get to the page that has this information on it.
Okay.
No, we want it now.
Make shit up. It's what we're doing.
I wrote all of this down, okay? So what you know about Aconus is that Aconus is one of the Titans.
Ooh.
That's not good.
Is this do you relay that information to us?
Furthermore, go ahead.
I make sure I get a good solid capture on that before anything else. You know what I mean by that, Mitchie?
Yes. And you know that Aconus was the Titan that was mostly programmed to pay attention to sociology and psychology of the transhuman mind.
Okay.
And that's all you can really get right now.
So
Yep.
to clarify,
Were the Titans before or after Melina's little holiday?
So for Melina, and the reason this would ping with Melina, probably about the time period that she went into sleep,
Okay.
would be just before the Titans really kind of went, fuck all this, and destroyed it.
Okay.
And wasn't it like 90% of the human population across space that they had totally wiped out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that like Greek mythology? The Titans were just like, fuck all this, but then Zeus was like, fuck you guys, and he like put them in jail or something.
Yeah, except we're Zeus.
Titan stands for Total Information Technical Awareness Network. And they were the machines designed to kind of basically run the world. And then they decided humans are what's fucking the world up. Let's just get rid of that. In a nutshell.
So, to be very clear, did Melina relay this information to everyone?
Yeah, this is the sort of information that she would pass on to you and maybe others.
We're in too deep.
Zach would like to do even more digging in.
Which we can do next time, because it's
Alright.
Oh man!
Awesome. Way to give us a cliffhanger.
I was gonna have Maverick do something.
I was gonna crash the ship.
No, you make it safely back to the place, despite all of Wheels' shenanigans.
We didn't have to take that turn around Venus.
Yeah, we did.
As you're going back, you could have done all of this research and dropped the canister off where it goes. And next time we will follow up with Dr. Jace and see what's happening from there.
Kitty Dragonfly Man.
Maybe you can actually get to that part where you're firewall agents.
Oh, we got another raid, but we're about to.
Hey, Master Speedruns, thank you all so much for the raid. We love you so much. You've caught us, unfortunately, right at the tail end of our stream, though. Things have happened. We're in space. There's terrible, evil machines.
I had nipple tassels.
Calm down, robot.
Oh, right.
Alright, so
There we go.
with that, I guess we should go around and do sign-offs. Let's start
Okay.
with Gemma. We'll go the
Alright,
opposite way
so-
from starting.
Okay, I'm Gemma. Also, under the name of Antipoda Yarns, I tell stories. I play a lot of D&D, but I also play this, and I'll be appearing on the Welcome to the Party Shadowrun stream fairly shortly. I am also the DM of our Welcome to Cottaset D&D homebrew stream, which is offline for a couple of weeks while we have some tech issues dealt with, but we'll be back soon.
Alright. Keith, where can we find you?
Keith, you can find me at Material Components or at M Components on Twitter, or my personal account at Keith Arpatempa. I'm an author, educator, and streamer, tabletop role-playing game streamer. We're running a game on Friday, first session of a Fate Core game called Expedition Dracana that you guys should check out at Material Components. And it's a wilderness survival Arctic exploration to follow the flight path of huge every 7 years dragons mating in some unknown place in the Arctic region of a fantasy world. So that's going to be awesome. Everyone's going to die. We made all of our great NPCs last week off stream, and they are all precious and all going to die horrible deaths. So you should check that out. And yeah, that's us, Material Components.
Sounds like our group, except we're going to do it multiple times.
Alright. Bria.
Hey, I'm Bria. You can find me at Mimic-sama-chan on Twitter, or if you want to join the Discord, that's where I'm most active. And I'm going to be here next Tuesday for the Mimic Nights. So happy because we haven't been playing for a few weeks. And then I'm also playing in the Welcome to Codiset game, so you can find me there.
All right, and Rain.
I am Rain Hayes. I will not be playing here Tuesday next week. I'll be playing here Tuesday in 2 weeks. And you can also find me at the Winds of Chaos game every Sunday morning and the Misspent Youth game every Sunday night. At some point, and the Echo a Location Service podcast. At some point, I will be running a Ryotama game. And that I make home brews and I write stories.
And Capjack.
Hey everybody, I am Capjack, or at Captain J Cross on the Twitter, and you can find me all over the place here on Welcome to the Party. On the first and third Tuesdays, I am right here in our Eclipse phase game playing DAC, now I can finally give the name out, the Democratic Anarchist Consciousness Collective. And
like
then
Spoiler.
on the second, fourth, and fifth Tuesdays of the month, I play Lucian, the Tiefling Warlock, in our Mimic Nights D&D 5th Edition homebrew game. And then Friday nights, I am again here playing Galen, the Half-Elf Warlock, in our Dragon Dark Days campaign, which is the Waterdeep type game. And starting this very Saturday, we have our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition game where I'm playing the Tzimisce Priest. So tune in and see that game. It's going to be amazing.
All right, and I am Michi at Michisaurus on the Twitter. I am here every first and third Tuesday running this game with these lovely, lovely folks.
Lunatics, you mean?
We're all mad here.
I am also here every other Thursday for the Pokemon game, which is the darkest Pokemon game you'll ever watch. It's great.
The darkest timeline.
It really is. I play Clementine, who is the brightest part of the entire campaign, although she's getting a little angry at everything. And I will also be here tomorrow night with a Kobold Ate My Babies one-shot. And other than that, that is it for us. We will see you guys in a couple weeks.
Oh no, I need to find
Bye,
someone
y'all.
to raid.
Oh yeah, who are we raiding?
You know, someone
We were
that's really good at being prepared and everything would have already picked our raid target. So let's see. Oh no. I'm welcome to take
I don't know how this works.
suggestion.
Critical Role. Sorry, JNS. As always, reliable.
What now?
JNS.
Oh right. Yeah, we will run and do a Geek and Sundry raid. So yeah, 1 second, getting ready for the raid. And yeah, so thank you everybody, and we will see you all very soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.